The Dallas Cowboys did not rebuild because the whole team failed. They rebuilt because one side was wasting everything the other side created. The offense scored 471 points and kept Dallas alive deep into games. But the defense allowed more points than any team in football. 32 teams entered the season. Dallas finished 32nd in scoring defense. That gap explains the record, the missed playoffs, and every major move that followed. The shocking part is how quietly the Cowboys began removing the weakness piece by piece. Dak Prescott threw for more than 4,500 yards and proved the offense could still carry real weight. George Pickens exploded in his first season wearing the star. CeeDee Lamb remained the receiver every defense had to find before the snap. Javonte Williams gave the running game power, while Tyler Smith controlled the middle of the offensive line. Dallas already had enough talent to score with the best teams on its schedule. The front office did not need to tear down the engine. It needed to stop the defense from giving those points straight back. That is where the real plan begins. Christian Parker arrived with a new system and the freedom to change almost everything. Rashawn Gary came through a trade that received far less attention than it deserved. 2 first-round defenders joined the rebuild, including one rookie built to move around the secondary and hide what Dallas wants to do. Then there is the decision that still divides the fan base, the trade of Micah Parsons. What looked like Dallas losing its best defender may have funded the entire reset. But before that trade can make sense, you have to understand why this offense was already giving the Cowboys everything they needed. Dallas entered the offseason with one comfort. Dak Prescott had shown that the attack could carry pressure without falling apart. He completed more than 67% of his throws and finished with 30 touchdowns against only 5 interceptions. That control changed everything around him. Defenses could not crowd one side because CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens forced attention in different areas. One punished soft space, the other one outside when coverage tightened. George Pickens became the surprise force of the season, catching 93 passes for 1,429 yards and 9 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb remained the target every opponent feared on third down, even while dealing with injuries. Then, Javonte Williams gave Dallas the balance it had been missing. He rushed for 1,201 yards and 11 scores, earning a new 3-year contract. Suddenly, play action mattered again, and Dak Prescott no longer had to solve every drive through the air. The protection had its own anchor. Tyler Smith could overpower defenders at guard, then slide outside when injuries forced Dallas to adjust. Beside him, Tyler Booker finished his first season with confidence, while Cooper Beebe remained important in the middle. This group was not perfect, but it gave Dallas a base strong enough to build around. The question was never whether the Cowboys could move the football, it was whether a lead could survive. Fixing that required more than new talent. It required a coach willing to change the rules of the defense. The Cowboys did not hire Christian Parker to patch one weak spot. They hired him to change how every defender thinks before the snap. At 34, he became the youngest defensive coordinator in franchise history after working with defensive backs in Philadelphia under Vic Fangio. That background matters. Christian Parker learned how coverage and pressure must work together, not as separate ideas. Dallas wanted a teacher who could make the whole unit move with one purpose. His defense will begin from a 3-4 shape, but it will not stay there. Christian Parker has talked about using 4-3 spacing, 4-2-5 nickel looks, different fronts, and changing coverages. That means an offense may see the same players but get a different answer after the ball moves. Edge rushers can stand up or attack from the line. Safeties can rotate late. Linebackers must read quickly. The goal is simple: make the quarterback hesitate without making Dallas hesitate. That plan also explains several hard choices. Jadeveon Clowney was not brought back. Osa Odigizua was traded even after producing well inside. Dallas stopped choosing players only because they were known or already comfortable in the building. Christian Parker wanted size, speed, and flexibility that matched specific jobs. The front office gave him that freedom, then rebuilt every level around it. The first proof appears in the middle, where two powerful veterans now stand beside each other. If they control the center, everything behind them can become faster, cleaner, and far more consistently dangerous. The center of the new defense carries the heaviest pressure, and Quinnen Williams is built for it. Dallas paid a price to acquire him from the New York Jets during last season, sending a second-round pick, a future first-round choice, and Mazi Smith. The move was not made for patience. In his first 4 Dallas games, Quinnen Williams produced at least 5 pressures each time and showed how quickly one interior defender can reshape a pocket. Beside him sits Kenny Clark. The veteran Dallas received in the Micah Parsons deal. Kenny Clark does not need the ball to come toward him to matter. He can hold blockers in place, close running lanes, and keep linebackers clean behind the line. Together, Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark force offenses into an ugly choice. Give one man help and the other gets space. Leave both alone and the middle can collapse before the quarterback finishes his read. That crowded room made the Osa Odigizua trade easier to understand, even if it was difficult emotionally. Dallas sent him to San Francisco for the 92nd pick because 3 expensive tackles no longer fit the plan. Otito Ogbonia brings experience in this type of front, while Jay Toya enters his second season with a clearer role. LT Overton, a rookie drafted in the 4th round, adds another powerful body for the future. The wall is deeper now, but its real value appears when quarterbacks escape outside. That is exactly where Dallas placed the veteran move nobody expected. Dallas found Rashawn Gary without paying the price usually attached to a proven edge rusher. The Cowboys sent Green Bay a future 4th-round pick for a player with 7 NFL seasons, a Pro Bowl selection, and 46.5 career sacks. That value makes the move interesting. Rashawn Gary did not arrive as a headline replacement for one departed star. He arrived as the steady piece that allows younger rushers to grow around him. Last season, Rashawn Gary recorded 7.5 sacks, 20 quarterback hits, and 7 tackles for loss. Those numbers matter, but they do not show his job. He can drive a tackle backward, hold the edge against the run, then chase the play inside. Dallas has missed that kind of complete force since DeMarcus Lawrence left. The comparison is about responsibility, not identity. Rashawn Gary must make early downs harder so the front can attack obvious passing situations. That support matters for Donovan Ezeruaku, who enters his 2nd year with an opportunity, and first-round Malachi Lawrence, who does not need to carry the rush immediately. Christian Parker can move them, protect them, and create matchups instead of asking one player to beat constant double teams. Rashawn Gary becomes the anchor, not the entire answer. If the interior pushes quarterbacks wide, he will be waiting. If protection slides toward him, someone younger gets room. The next question is, who protects the defense when the ball leaves quickly? And Dallas spent its highest pick on that answer. The Cowboys used their highest pick on Caleb Downs. Because ordinary safety play was not enough for this system, Dallas moved from 12 to 11 and selected the Ohio State star, giving Christian Parker a key who can work deep, enter the slot, or attack near the line. His value is not one position, it is the doubt he creates. A quarterback may identify him before the snap, then discover his job changed seconds later. Dallas placed experience around him. Jalen Thompson arrived after 7 seasons in Arizona and brings the voice needed to organize a changing secondary. Kobe Durant adds speed and ball production from his years with the Rams, while PJ Locke gives Christian Parker another safety who can handle different tasks. Shavon Revel Jr. enters his second season with an off-season and a chance to settle into a bigger cornerback role. Nothing depends on one defender becoming perfect immediately. The linebacker changes complete the idea. Dallas traded for D. Winters, an inside option with starting experience in San Francisco, then drafted rookie Jayshawn Barham. With the 92nd pick, Jayshawn Barham can rush, track movement, and work from several alignments. That matters against quarterbacks who create outside the pocket. Christian Parker now has bodies built to move with his disguise instead of exposing it. The secondary can rotate, the linebackers can chase, the front can pressure, but this design will not be judged in practice. The NFC East will test every moving part before Dallas can hide a weakness. The first real judgment will come inside the NFC East, where every opponent knows Dallas better than most teams ever will. The New York Giants get the first look when the Cowboys open the season on the road. There is no quiet week to test new calls or fix communication slowly. Division games expose hesitation. One missed fit or late rotation can turn into the kind of play this rebuild was designed to prevent. Philadelphia remains the standard Dallas must reach. Jalen Hurts leads an offense built to punish poor tackling and weak gap control, while Vic Fangio keeps the Eagles' defense disciplined and difficult to read. The Cowboys face Philadelphia on Monday night, then welcome the Eagles on Thanksgiving. Those games will test the new interior wall, the outside rush, and every safety rotation. If Dallas wants the division, it must prove the defense can survive strength, speed, and pressure without losing control. Washington brings a different danger through Jaden Daniels. His movement can stretch a rush too wide, punish defenders who leave their lanes, and force linebackers to tackle in open space. That challenge places attention on D. Winters, Jayshawn Barham, and Caleb Downs. The offense gives Dallas a chance in all 6 division games, but the new defense must finish them. That is the standard now. Not promises, not names, not off-season excitement. Stops. And almost every player expected to create those stops can be traced back to one trade that changed the direction of the franchise. The Micah Parsons trade looked like a loss because Dallas moved an elite pass rusher before his prime ended. Green Bay received the star. The Cowboys received Kenny Clark and first-round choices in 2026 and 2027. That return could not replace Micah Parsons with one player, so Dallas never tried. The front office turned one major asset into several chances to rebuild the defense from the inside outward. The future flexibility helped Dallas complete the deal for Quinnen Williams. The Green Bay selection in 2026 was moved before the Cowboys drafted first-round rookie Malachi Lawrence. At number 23, that movement also created fourth-round choices used on Devin Moore and LT Overton. Caleb Downs came through Dallas' own first-round spot and a separate trade with Miami, so he should not be counted as direct payment for Micah Parsons. The return remains powerful without stretching the truth. Now the gamble reaches the field. Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams must control the middle. Malachi Lawrence must develop beside Rashawn Gary and Donovan Eziruaku. Yet Devin Moore and LT Overton must provide young depth. If Christian Parker lifts this unit from last in points allowed to league average, Dallas has enough offense to return to January and challenge Philadelphia. A top-half defense could push the ceiling higher. The Cowboys did not erase the risk of trading Micah Parsons. They spread it across a structure. Dallas knew what it wanted to build. Now Sunday decides whether the blueprint was worth the cost.